I use wait time in my classroom when I ask questions. I purposely use the term wait time with the children because they now have an understanding of what that means. And the expectation is that they will listen to the question, they'll formulate a response to the question, and they will provide evidence. So the answer is expected to be quite detailed. It allows children time to get their thoughts together. So when you ask a question and the confident children are the first to always put their hands up and have something to say, often the more timid children perhaps don't get that opportunity as much, and using wait time gives them more of an opportunity. During that time, I sometimes get children to talk to the person next to them, which allows them to gain an understanding of the question that's been asked and often leads to a more detailed answer because they get to share ideas.
I often use wait time in my class because in the Year 8 geography class I've got a really keen bunch of Year 8 boys who want to answer all the questions and want to be first. So it doesn't give a lot of time for other people to consider their answers and come up with an answer. So wait time allows them to think and everybody else to get a go answering the question as well. One of the variations on wait time I use is what I call a visualisation. When I get all the students to close their eyes first and imagine themselves in a particular place, such as a desert, and then it creates a thinking response, a deeper thinking response, and also a creative response. And it gives, again, time for everybody to think themselves into the question.
I used thinking time when I wanted more detailed answers from the students and not just a closed question answer where they were giving me just one item of information. I used the think time to increase the length of their answers and to give them more time to actually come up with an answer. The students in my class tended to rely on those who were keen to put their hands up to provide all the answers all the time, and especially for the detailed answers that I wanted. When I introduced the think time, the students had a lot of difficulty. The ones who were keen to put their hands up continued wanting to do that, and they found it difficult to have no hands up, which we did with the extended think time. The think time also enabled the students for every student to have a good answer, and so I could choose absolutely anybody in the class and they were happy to give me an answer because they'd had time to consider it, and they knew that what they were giving me was a good answer. I used it specifically for the synthesis type questions or the analysis questions where the students could have a variety of answers. Because then I could call on 2 or 3 or 4 people in the class and get a range of answers for the one question. I also used think, pair, share in the questioning to give the students a bit more confidence in their answers. They could then discuss with the person next to them and come up with a group answer, and they were much more confident giving me that group answer than relying on just what they'd thought about. So in that way, the extended think time gave students that would otherwise not answer or not volunteer an answer, it gave them the confidence to give me an answer when I called on them.